Yo guys, what's going on, and welcome to this video today. So today guys, what I want to speak to you about is my opinion on college, university and sort of the education system as a whole. You know, not here just in the UK, but pretty much all around the world, US, wherever you are, this sort of will resonate with a lot of you people, because I know a lot of you are in the situation where you're thinking, you know, should I go to college, should I go to university? Now, I'm not saying these to make an impact on your life, like you can make your own decisions. I'm just going to be talking from my own experiences. I am someone who went all the way up through the education system in the UK. I went to university, I dropped out on 2 different occasions. So yeah, you're probably going to know what my opinion of it is on, but I have been to university. I do have the debt and all of that kind of stuff. So I'd quite like to speak about my opinions on it. You can make up your own decision on what you think you want to do if you are contemplating whether or not you should go to uni or college and things like that. But for me personally, I am not a fan of the education system, and let me tell you why. And you know, before we jump into any of this, the first thing I want to say is, if you are looking to start a business, this is going to relate to you. If you guys want to become a doctor, if you guys want to become a lawyer, an accountant, if you guys want to become a nurse, then you have to go to university. So many jobs, you know, you cannot physically become a doctor unless you go and get a degree. Like, you cannot become a doctor. So if you want to become a doctor, then, you know, this video probably isn't for you, because you need to go to university. This video is more for people who are, you know, wanting to maybe start an online business, start a business in general. You know, they want to make a ton of money, they want to be free, they want freedom. In which case, that's what I want to go into in this video. And one thing I will quickly say about, you know, if you want to become a doctor or an accountant, I just want to say, make sure you're being self-aware with this. Make sure it's you that wants to become a doctor or an accountant, as opposed to your parents that want you to become that thing, your grandparents that want you to become that thing, your brothers, your family, your friends want you to become that thing. You just make sure you're not, telling yourself a lie, and make sure that you actually want to do it. Because if you want to do it, it doesn't matter what anyone else thinks. That's what you should be doing. You're the only person that makes up 100% of your DNA. Your parents make up 50%. So, you know, okay, they may think they know what's best for you, but only you truly know what is best for you and what's going to make you happiest, what's going to make you fulfilled. You know, I saw a really interesting, I don't know if it was a YouTube video or an Instagram video, I can't remember now, but it basically showed on a graph the time frame that you spend at work for your life. So, you know, it was saying 0 up to about 16, 17, 18 mark. Obviously, you're growing up, you're a child, you don't work. But then as soon as you hit, you know, roughly around the age of 18, maybe 20 if you go through the education system, from 20 all the way up till 60 to 70 years old, you work at a job. Then you get that tiny bit of life at the end to be free, right? It's so important that if you are choosing a career, this isn't a careers advice video, you know, I don't have a career per se, I have a business, okay, I've never been interested in that. But if you guys, or, you know, the only 2 cents I want to give you is that if you do generally want to go down the 9-to-5 career route as opposed to starting a business, because starting a business is not for everybody, it's a lot of hard work. It's got fantastic perks, and in my personal opinion, with my personality, that way outweighs ever working for someone else. But some people do not like that pressure. They are happy, you know, having 6 weeks off a year, working 9 to 5, getting home at 5 o'clock and chilling the hell out and having no commitments to anyone else, apart from when they're at their work from 9 to 5. Holidays when you want, you don't have to answer your phone when you're on holiday, you don't have to deal with problems, you don't have to put out fires. So, you know, if you do want to go down the career route, which is for a lot of people, then make sure you choose something that you're passionate about. If you're unsure what that is, you know, I can do a whole other video on how you can maybe find your passion, find your career. But, you know, your career makes up something like 75% of your life in terms of waking hours. So, like, you want to make sure that you are in something that you absolutely love, because it's so important. It's going to play a massive factor on your happiness. But let's talk about business anyway, and entrepreneurship, and what my actual opinion is on the education system. Because, like I said, I went to university. I dropped out twice. You know, the first time I went to university, I went and I did business. I think I did that for just over a year. wasn't for me, dropped out, wasn't fulfilled. So I thought, you know what, I'll go back and I'll do accounting. Way worse. So I dropped out of that too. Fortunate enough, I managed to start my business in the meantime. But, you know, I want to tell you a little bit of a story. And, you know, I always knew that realistically I was going to university because I didn't know what I wanted to do. I knew I wanted a business, but I just didn't know where to start. And I know a lot of you can relate to that. But I want to tell you a story about the day that I really realised that I was in the wrong place. And that was a day I was in a business lecture, or I was in a seminar with like, I think 30 other students, or in a business seminar, okay? You know, this isn't a business seminar, obviously, with like Russell Brunson or anything. This is just a seminar at university. And, you know, we're all sitting there, and the lecturer, the person in charge, you know, the teacher said, you know, I just want to ask you guys, can you think of any sort of, you know, massive successful business people? So, you know, a couple of people put their hand up. Just the normal stuff came up, you know, Richard Branson, you know, Alan Sugar, Donald Trump, things like that. And, you know, it came around to me and I said Elon Musk. And she was like, who is that? So she is a lecturer of a business course and she does not know who Elon Musk was. Everyone else in that room, all 29 other students that I was sitting there with, also did not know who Elon Musk is. He's one of the most successful businessmen on this planet, and they do not know who he is. And the second that, you know, I'm not too worried about the other students, you know what, because if they do just want to, you know, get a job in the marketing department for a job, you know, they may not need to know who Elon Musk is, and that's fine. But obviously I realised that I wasn't surrounding myself with the kind of people that I needed to be. I don't want a career, so why am I surrounding myself with 30 people who want a career? But the biggest part for me is when I knew this education system was wrong, is when a 50-year-old woman who has taught business for the last 30 years at university level does not know who Elon Musk is. I knew that I was 100% in the wrong room. She didn't even know what Tesla were. She didn't even know the company Tesla and Elon Musk and SpaceX or any of that. And for me, I was just like, how can you teach and train students business when you don't even know quite possibly one of the successful businessmen on this planet is? Like, how can you teach business in that respect? And you know what, like, that was one of the reasons that I knew this education system was wrong, is because how can you teach business to students? Like, a woman who, you know, has gone through the education system themselves, you know, they teach people essentially at university how to be good employees. They don't teach people how to be business owners, you know. I was quite naive going into university because I thought, all right, I'm going to learn business, which means I'm going to learn all the skills, so when I do start my own business further down the line, I'm going to have those skills. But it's not like that at all. You don't learn anything, nothing, and I'm not even joking, guys. The only thing that university taught me is how to cook, you know, how to clean, life skills in general. 50 grand's worth of debt, you know, for things that I could have asked my mum to teach me, you know, how to iron and things like that. It's a big debt to have. Now, I'm a strong believer in, obviously, you know, law of attraction and things like that, and so sometimes, you know, I quite like to believe that things are meant to happen. You know, obviously you create your own destiny, and that the path you choose to take, you know, you create your own. But sometimes I believe that things are meant to happen, and you know, I did meet my amazing partner at university. We've been together for 3.5 years now. You know, we're getting a mortgage together. We're moving in together. You know, she's definitely gonna be my wife further down the line and things like that. You know, I'm super lucky to have her. But I met her at university, so if I never went to university, you know, I never would have met her. So I'm sort of, every time that I do have to pay that student loan back, I sort of look at it as my girlfriend tax, you know, because if I never went to uni, I never would have met her, and she's the best thing in my life. So, you know, from that respect, it's good, but you can't write that, you know. Obviously, I learned life skills, life lessons. I lived on my own for 3 years, you know, paid bills, all that kind of adult stuff. So from that respect, it was good, but it would have been a lot cheaper to just rent my own place and get my mum to teach me how to do those things instead. So that's one thing that I think is wrong. You know, these people who are teaching business don't really know much about business themselves. None of them have ever run their own businesses. 90% of them have literally just taught business at academic level, which is, again, something that I think is wrong with the education system. The amount of money it costs, you know, I'm a strong believer, like, if you really wanted to learn how to start your own business, like, you need mentors, you need people who have done what you've done. If I want to learn how to drive a car, I don't go to someone who, you know, teaches how to drive a motorbike, because okay, yeah, they both get you from A to B. They're both vehicles, but they're completely different vehicles. So it's like saying, you know, okay, I wanna start a 6-figure social media agency. So you go to someone who teaches business at a university, or do you go to someone who has created a 6-figure agency? You want to find mentors and learn from people who have done what you've done, achieve what you've achieved. And that's something you don't get at university level. The craziest thing is though, you know, you can get yourself into 50 grand's worth of debt and come away with no information. You can literally go to Amazon.com, spend 30 quid, $30 on books and learn more that you can in your degree for 50 grand. You can go to high level people and pay for that. You know, if I had 50 grand to invest in myself now, 50 grand, I could go and I could meet people like Jordan Belfort, I could meet Lewis Howes, I could pay for coaching with Sam Ovens, I could pay for coaching with, you know, Joe Soto. Like, these are all people who offer one-on-one coaching. Grant Cardone offers like coaching as well. Like, for 50 grand, I could have met 5 or 6 super high level people and spent an hour with each of them and be on my way to make 7 figures, or I could go to university, you know. So in my personal opinion, for anyone who wants to start a business, like, if you know that that's what you want to do, if you really know that, okay, I want to start my own business, I want to be financially free, I want to, you know, be able to live life on my own terms, I don't want to work for anyone else, I want to start an online business, well, I'm going to be 100% honest with you, you are wasting your money massively if you go to university. Now, if you want to get into a career that needs a degree, I mean, you're quite happily, you know, earning, say, 50 grand a year at the top of your career in you know, the banking system or as a lawyer, and that's what you want, and that's, you know, you generally want that job as opposed, you know, instead of being known as a lawyer. One big thing I want to say as well, don't be, you know, you can be, everyone's motivated by different things. If you're motivated by the title of your job, like lawyer, doctor, then you're in it for the wrong reasons as well. And if you're in a career for the money, you're also in it for the wrong reasons. You know, if you want to be a doctor because they make 100 grand a year, well, you're probably not going to be the best doctor, because at the end of the day, it's a super important job, you're saving lives. You should really be going into any career not because of the financial benefit, but more so because of the enjoyment and fulfillment that you're going to get from it. Because I guarantee you, you know, if you enjoy being a lawyer, but you make more money as a doctor, you're going to live a better quality of life, you know, if you do become a lawyer, for example. All right. And finally, to end out this video, I just want to speak about pressures from friends and families and things like that. And maybe if you are already a university student or a college student and you're thinking of dropping out, what should you do? Now, I'm all about fulfilling your dreams, and you know what, when you get the opportunity to take the leap of faith to go and make this work, I think you should do it. In my opinion though, you just do not want to, like, you need to take risks in life. You need to take risks in life and in business. If you want to make anything work, you've got to take risks. You've got to be willing to invest money sometimes. You've got to be willing to invest a lot of time for it to potentially go wrong. You've got to be sometimes willing to quit something to be able to make something else work. You know, I know a good friend of mine, Josh Daniels, a lot of you probably know him. He's got, you know, he's into fitness and business and stuff. He's been on the channel before, we've collabed a couple of times. And, you know, he built up his agency, he went through my course, he got himself a ton of clients, beside out of the course, you know, referrals and things like that. And he built himself up to a level where he was like earning way more than his other job, and his other job actually became a hindrance. So, you know, it was a bit of a risk for him to quit, but he was in a position where he knew that he was okay. He knew what to do. Of course it was risky, but he was in a position where he could quit his job. Now, in terms of people thinking about quitting university, the only thing I will say is, look, when I quit university, I was only earning like bare minimum. Like, I think I had something like £700 a month worth of clients. I had literally like 2 clients, low ticket clients, at the time that I quit my job. Now, I managed to get those 2 clients within the space of a week. So I thought, you know what, if I can get from 0 to 700 a month within a week, all I need is over £1,000 a month to be making more than I would at my old job. So for someone like me who had already dropped out of uni once, I've always wanted to do this my entire life, I was never going to not make it work. So the risk for me to drop out, like the second that I sent that email and I was officially no longer a student, it was like, I can't even explain it, this relief that just shot through my body. I was just like, oh, and I was just so in a happy, good place, like in such a good place. And I knew right there, there's no way I'm ever going to work a normal job in my life again, because that opportunity had come, and I knew I was going to make it work. I can't tell you when and when to drop out of uni, whether or not you should. All I'm saying is, if you have taken a course and you're currently not making any money and you think, right, you know, I don't have the time to make this work because I work 40 hours a week at a job, I need to quit to make this work. Well, then you end up quitting, you've got no money, you can't meet your rent payments, you don't end up getting clients, and then you put yourself in a downward spiral. Instead, what I would do is at least get yourself a couple clients, get yourself some money coming in so you know how to do it and you know that you can do it. And then if you're in a position where, let's say you're a university student and you're making a couple grand a month, well then you know what, like you could definitely take this to 5, 6, 8, 10, 20, 50k a month if you wanted to. So if university isn't making you happy, then maybe you should drop out. And then, you know, in terms of if you're doing this for other people, I know a lot of people are worried what their friends think, what their family think. You know, I remember when I dropped out, some of my family members, a lot of them were very supportive, a lot of them were very unsupportive. I remember a lot of my friends was, you know, all saying, you're such an idiot, what are you doing? And I sort of understand that, I respect that, because, you know, I respect that massively, because it is a bit foreign, it is a bit unique. Not many people, especially younger like myself, 23 years old, a lot of people who are 18, 17 now, you know, quitting out to start a business, it sounds stupid because people are only used to brick and mortar companies, restaurants, you know, manual labor type stuff. Whereas with this online marketing world and online, the internet and social media, you can make business, start a business, make a business work at any age. You know, there's people on YouTube now who are like 5 years old who are making millions a year, literally playing video games. So it's just a mindset shift a lot of people don't understand. So if people are negative to you and think that you shouldn't do anything, respect that. You know, you can just respect that. I understand your opinion, I understand the way you've been programmed and the way your mindset works, because your whole life, you know, it's only been known that you have to have money to start a business, and that you need to work in a, you know, if you start a business, you've got to be, you know, have loads of money to invest in, all things like that. This internet marketing world now, the internet, social media, it's different, okay? But if you really want to drop out, it has to be your decision. It can't be anyone else's decision, it needs to be yours and yours only. Obviously, I understand that your parents do influence what you want to do, but at the end of the day, it's your life, not anyone else's. But guys, that's my opinion on the education system, university, college. Again, this is just a personal opinion. You don't have to take this and run with it and do whatever. I just want to share you my side of the coin. You know, there's people out there who are absolutely for it. There's people there who are against it. You know, I don't absolutely hate the education system. I don't think it's great. I've been in it my whole life. You know, I went through school, I went through college, I went through university twice. It wasn't for me because I was a business owner deep down inside. I just didn't know how to make it work initially. And as soon as I did, I ran with it. But you know, if you are someone who's serious about maybe building up a successful career, working underneath someone else, maybe not having that, you know, level of stress that you can get as a business owner, having everything on your shoulders when things go wrong, putting out fires a lot of the time, it comes with its perks. If you build the infrastructure, put the operations and systems there, you can live a very, very passive, free life. But, you know, even someone like myself, where I've automated almost all aspects of my business, I get days when I get a message from a client who says we're not going to work together anymore, and then you've got to be like, damn it, you know, that you'll get messages from, you know, people who want refunds for certain things, etc., etc. If you have a Shopify store, you're going to deal with crappy clients and crappy customers who always want refunds and they want this and complain, and you're going to get really crappy reviews and 1-star reviews on your products on Amazon FBA, for example. You've got to deal with that kind of stuff. But in my opinion, being a business owner way outweighs it. And one little tip I want to end on now is, if you guys are really serious and you really want to become a doctor because you're passionate about helping people, that's absolutely fine. I want you know, we need doctors in this world, we need nurses, we need accountants, we need lawyers, right? So that's absolutely fine. And if you want that, go and do it. The only thing I will say is be clever with your finances, because, you know, if you can then make your money, like, you know, at the end of the day, if you can make your money work for yourself, if you can invest money at an early age, so you know by the time that you're 30, 40 years old, you can retire early and then go traveling with your partner and live the life of your dreams. You've had a career you love for 20 years, but then you've got financial freedom because you've made your money work for you, then that's awesome, right? At the end of the day here, you know, all of us go to a job, no matter what, everyone does it because of the money. Now, the more money you earn, obviously the better, but money runs the world. You need to earn at least a minimum wage salary to be able to live in this world right now. So, you know, let me just ask you this, you know, would you go and be a doctor for 60 hours a week if you didn't get paid for it? The chances are probably no. So at the end of the day, what you want to do is put you know, invest the money, so when you do get to maybe 30, 40 years old, you've had your career, you can retire young because you've got some real estate, you know, you've got some stocks that have been compounding over the last 15, 20 years, and you've got money that, you know, stocks that are paying you dividends and things like that, you know, real estate and all that other kind of cool stuff as well, that allows you to be more financially stable, more financially free. And if you get to 40 and you want to retire early, you can, and then you can live 100% free. And you don't have to necessarily be a business owner because you're an investor instead. Just something to think about. But anyway, guys, that is my opinion on it all. I'd love to know your thoughts on it in the comment section down below. Obviously, I'm biased because I am a business owner, I am an entrepreneur, and I am someone who has been to university twice and dropped out twice. So this is my probably biased opinion of it. I'd love to know your opinion on it too. I know a lot of people have sort of got the same sort of outlook on it as well. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll catch you in the next one.